Hello, mis cielitos, and welcome back. Coco and Rosh are here, and we are continuing Ace Attorney Investigations 2.
Hello, what happened?
Now, to gather the evidence I need to bolster my case.
Hey, Mr. Edgeworth!
That's the best hiding spot you could find? It's alright, Kay. You can come down now. Where's Fender? He's under this crate here.
Good. Keep him where he belongs. He ran off somewhere. I had no idea he could move so that fast. Sorry. I had no idea he could move that fast.
Fender.
So, what do we do now?
You and I will continue the investigation, and I know just where to start. By solving that one particular mystery that's been dogging us this whole time.
Dogging? Ooh.
Knight's body was found in one of the prison workshops. But he was presumably being detained in one of the detention center's holding cells. So how did he wind up on the other side of those heavy security doors? Let's start by investigating the holding cells.
In Mr. Knight's room, right? But, what about Mr. Fender?
I'm sure he'll find us when he's ready.
Sure, but he is kind of our boss, isn't he? Oh well.
March 28th, 1:34 p.m. Detention Center.
Mr. Edgeworth, can we stop for a moment and just admire the mustaches again?
Yes, we should. The victim's cell is just over there.
Lead the way, Mr. Edgeworth!
Your life, your choice. Jesus. I've just about had it. Who's that? Warden Lagarde. She must have come from the corridor marked no entry.
He's still not talking, ma'am? Even with the evidence you borrowed from the precinct?
Wait, remember, I think it was just a snobby voice I gave her?
Kind of snobby, slightly French, I think you gave her. But like, yeah.
No, and I've tried so many times I've lost count. What am I supposed to do? I can't send a blank report.
I guess a killer for hire is always going to be a tough nut to crack.
A killer for hire? Oh! I couldn't help overhearing, Warden Lagarde, but were you just talking about Bodhidharma Canis? My, you are listening. How very gauche of you. A girl's privacy is her armor, you know. Do you normally conduct interrogations of the man yourself? Oh, it's not just him, darling. I try to have an occasional tete-a-tete with everyone, you see. That's what it means to be a member of the family in this little home of ours. There isn't a person who hasn't made the pilgrimage to my office at least once. Your office? How sweet, he's angling for an invite. Oh, I suppose it is the hottest ticket in town. I love this fox so fucking much.
So cute.
It's down this corridor here, darling. But FYI, I don't let just anybody wander in willy-nilly. Let's see. That would put it right around here. It's a wonderful room, if I do say so myself. All my guests rave about it.
Slow down, Maurice.
And who wouldn't want to view my fabulous garden in the yard? Ooh la la.
Yard? If it's anything like the rest of the place, it's probably full of adorable animals, right? Can I see?
Oh, darling, it's so sweet of you to take an interest, but I'm afraid that's just not possible.
It.
Because you're not a member of our home. If you want to see it that badly, you'll just have to get convicted for doing something unspeakable. That's a rather steep price to pay. Oh, but just listen to me chatter away like there's no tomorrow. It's time for Allie's lunchy brunch. The poor dear will be dying. Allie? The sweetest little dear in all the world. I know I shouldn't have favorites, but you know how it is. Now to the yard with me. Ciao for now, darlings. I wanted to ask her more about Canis, but she dominated that conversation from start to finish. Oh, let's go investigate the victim's cell, shall we?
March 28th, 1:43 p.m. Detention Center. Holding cell.
So this is Knight's cell.
Mr. Edgeworth?
Oh, can you read that again?
Sorry. When do you think he was brought in, Mr. Edgeworth?
It would had to have been the evening of the 25th, just after the events at the lake. And then at some point he wound up in the prison proper. But how? There must be some evidence here that will point us in the right direction.
Right, let's get looking, Mr. Edgeworth.
Keep up the good work, officer.
Sir.
Yup, there's absolutely no need to keep an eye on us. Because we're two great thieves of justice.
You're what now?
You really needn't pluralize thieves on my account, Kay. Reflected in the mirror is...
A security camera. A great thief's greatest enemy. Nothing about this place is very thief-friendly, if I'm being honest.
I think that might be entirely deliberate, Kay. God. I'd like you to retrieve the footage from the security camera and review it as carefully as you can. If you see anything out of the ordinary, inform me immediately.
Yes, sir.
I must scour the scene and inspect anything that catches my attention. Oh, what's this menu?
Ooh, what's a menu doing here, Mr. Edgeworth?
It seems that those held in the detention center are able to choose what they'd like to eat each day. If they can afford it, that is.
Money makes the world go around, I guess. But doesn't that make life super easy for rich detainees?
Well, Kay, bear in mind that the people held in these cells haven't been found guilty yet. Some of them don't deserve to be punished. Quite a few of them, in fact.
So you're saying it's fine that people with money don't have as hard a time of it as everybody else?
Call him out. Ugh. How did I wind up defending the practices of the detention system?
We really need to get you watching a Dimension 20 thing. Brennan Mulligan will sort that right out.
Escape story.
Well, that's a lot of books. Let's see. You'll Laugh Tomorrow, an anthology. Understanding Animal Emotions, Life as a Pet Stylist. Maybe there is more to Mr. Knight than met the eye.
Sadly, I don't think these were his. They were likely specially selected and placed here for the detainees, with a hope that they would want to better themselves during their time here. A second chance at life. Interviews with a former prisoner. These books appear to have been written by current model prisoners and former inmates.
Oh, I like the look of this one. 200 Days to Freedom, an escape story. Bum, 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 bum. And this one too. Making money while serving time.
Bum 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 bum. This facility may have more deeply rooted problems than I thought.
Really, the whole thing where like the prisoners had like animal placards in front of their cells didn't like clue you in?
It's fine.
The fact that the warden calls it home.
That she invites people to commit heinous crimes to visit her.
Hey, look at this weird piece of paper.
There's some sort of grid on it. Let's take a closer look.
No, he was playing chess.
Next move, bishop to g2. What's next? Rook. No, pawn to g6.
Which pawn? Presumably, yeah.
I guess we can just do the letter with this. I'm just wondering if there's any specific place we need to select. Let's see. Could this be related to the evidence somehow?
Eureka!
This chess game. I've seen it before.
Enough chess chat, Mr. Edgeworth. We're supposed to be investigating here. Focus!
I am investigating. This particular bit of chess chat could prove to be vital. Now, take a look at this. Can you tell me what it is?
The chess set we saw in Mr. Canis' cell? But I don't really know the rules of chess, so...
The rules of the game are not important here. What is important are the positions of the pieces. Compare the ones in Mr. Canis' cell with these. Do you notice anything?
This is switch or anything, but... If you turn the diagram like this, there are pieces in the same squares.
Indeed. There's no dog in the diagram, but that's to be expected. Apart from that, however, the positions of the pieces are identical.
And, what does that tell us?
Oh, I have my correspondence.
As unlikely as it may seem, Mr. Canis' chess opponent was...
Miss Knight?
This could be just the proof we need to show that Mr. Canis had a connection to the victim. The bow is nice and spotless, and there are no signs that toilet paper has been used. Everything seems to be in order with this toilet here.
Are you serious?
Why? What's wrong?
There's no door? There's not even a curtain? Whoever designed this place should have thought a little more about the people who have to live here.
I think there might be a reason behind the open plan layout. A standard barred window. No signs of it having been tampered with. I don't think there's any chance our killer escaped through here.
I must remember to bring something to saw through iron bars with. As they say, fail to prepare, prepare to fail. Glad I get a chance to scope this place out.
Okay, we're investigating a crime scene, not preparing for your eventual escape.
Well, two birds, one stone. What is it, Mr. Edgeworth? There's a lot more stuff here than I expected.
Indeed, and it doesn't all seem to have belonged to Mr. Knight. Some of the books, for example, seem to be permanent fixtures.
You know, I don't think being in here would be all that bad, really.
For several months? Wanna try it?
Skill issue.
You're welcome to give it a try. I certainly won't stop you.
No thanks. But since we're here, might as well case the joint. You know, just in case. So come on, Mr. Edgeworth, let's get looking. Chess is a pretty popular pastime in here, huh? I mean, Mr. Knight even asked Simeon to bring him his chess set.
I'm afraid I have to disagree. In fact, as far as I can see, only 2 people were so enthralled as to own a chess set. Mr. Knight and...
Oh, you mean that scary guy?
Yes. Would it really be a coincidence that they're both such great fans of chess?
Didn't he say he only started playing when he got in here?
Yeah. I must scour the scene and inspect all that catches my attention. I miss the nooks and crannies.
Me too.
This must be Knight's suit jacket.
So I've been doing some research of my own.
Oh? And what have you discovered?
Heard the guys who look good in suits tend to be popular with the ladies. So I'm gonna get a suit. But don't worry.
I'll get you a
Guys-
nice one, not a shabby one.
Thank you. And guys with frilly neck ruffles are next on my research list. Now
Please
I've
stop.
heard that they're okay. Hey, look! This newspaper's got a chunk of it missing.
You're right. A few of its pages have been roughly torn out. But why?
Maybe Mr. Knight wanted to clean his cell, but didn't have a cleaning cloth?
It's not a totally implausible theory, I suppose. But who would try to clean their cell?
Look at that giant fudge. Oh, I want to eat it.
This bed doesn't look comfortable. But that pillow cover is very clean. Spotless, in fact.
I bet that this is kind of the bed Gummy sleeps in. I can just picture it, can't you?
Oh, he doesn't have a bed.
What?
No, I sense he was more of a mattress on the floor type. Oh.
Presumption.
You know, one time I was dreaming I was eating a 10-pound marshmallow, and when I woke up, my pillow was gone.
And I had a tummy ache.
Oh.
There's something different about this spot here.
This part of the floor is weirdly clean. Did somebody wipe it down or something?
Why would somebody only do that? Would only do the part right next to the bed, though.
Don't bring a blue light in here.
This part of the floor has been wiped clean.
He spilled some grape juice?
Who knows, but we can certainly imagine what he used to do the wiping. The torn out pages of that newspaper.
Why wouldn't you just ask a guard for a cloth or something, though?
Perhaps he didn't want anyone to see what he was wiping up. Oh, that was a short one.
Short and sweet.
I think we've about exhausted this cell. We've made significant progress by establishing a connection between Mr. Crannies and the victim.
Sir.
Is that the guard?
The security camera footage, sir. I watched it, and...
What is it? Can you show it to us?
Yes, sir. I have a small playback monitor with me.
Then what are you waiting for? Let's see it!
OB3D now, boys.
What? Was that...
That black thing. It's that dog, right?
That was too small. Until now, our assumption was the crime had taken place inside the prison proper. But it seems that assumption may have been wrong. Knight had actually been attacked in this location. Holding cells.
Take that!
Right here in the detention center. And the perpetrator was indeed Mr. Crannies' dog. This is just the evidence we need. I mean, I didn't get a super good look at it, but it looked like it was too small to be the dog, right?
I thought the fox more.
And if this is where Knight was actually murdered, then one of the pieces of evidence we found in here in his cell takes on a whole new meaning. If Knight's cell was a crime scene, which piece of evidence takes on a whole new significance?
Take that!
The floor of Knight's cell was wiped clean, presumably to remove something. Could that something have been his blood? Oh, I can't wait to see that little fox go feral.
So excited.
Thank you, officer. Would you mind doing me one more favor?
Name it, sir.
There's a detective by the name of Gumshoe somewhere in this facility. I need you...
Oh, Dick.
Yeah, well, yes. I need you to give him a message.
A massage? Yeah, sure.
Sure.
Everybody loves gum. Everybody loves old Dick.
and also tell him to have this cell tested for traces of blood and to report the results to Edgeworth.
You got it, sir. Is it okay if we still give him the massage?
Because I don't know, but I've heard something about his boss being a real asshole cutting his pay.
Yeah, all the time. He looked really stressed. Like he maybe sleeps on a mattress on the floor or something.
Now we can really go after that Crannies guy, right, Mr. Edgeworth?
No, not yet. We still don't know how Knight and the dog moved between his cell and the prison proper. Well, if it is a fox, it can get through the window, probably.
Right. So that's what we need to figure out next. What's the play, Coach? Where are we off to?
I suspect one of the guards might know something. We should ask those posted nearby and see what they have to tell us.
March 28th, 2:15 p.m. Detention Center. Corridor.
Okay, time to get asking. Huh? Oh my god!
He's back!
Thanks for the tour. Later.
It's gonna happen. Those two are gonna talk to each other. You better get your tea ready.
My spouse comes back in after work and they're like, "Are you okay, honey?" And I'm like, "Yeah."
Well, well. Mr. Prosecutor and his little friend. It's me, the Big Biscuit.
Sorry, what were you gonna say?
Since we played like the first one, the DS version, which is a lot more pixely, he kind of looked more like a little older and more crunkly, and so he's so smooth faced now. I'm like, who are you? What moisturizer did you use?
In the past 2 weeks, or however little time has been between Game 1 and Game 2, I got into a really good moisturizing regime.
You'll have to tell me about it later.
Well, it was actually stuff that Sheena had, and well, it's kind of my way of like respecting the relationship we had. Even though it was a lie, I still kind of mourn it.
Aww. He
Just gets really deep all of
tears.
I didn't expect to run into you here. Must be my lucky day.
Have you seen those mustaches? They're incredible. This is Agent Shilong Lang of Interpol. He was in charge of a case I worked on oh, you got it just right. 2 weeks back. I thought he had gone home to Zhengfa after that, but here he is. You had some business to take care of, I take it, Agent Lang.
You could say that. Nothing that need concern you, though.
First a black hound, now a wolf all in black. Hey, wait. Why are you all alone today? Oh.
Oops. That's true. He's usually accompanied by an army of police officers.
I hear you were at it again a couple of days back, sticking your nose into things.
A couple of days back? Ah, he means the incident with the president of Zhengfa. Actually, I had thought you might be there as well, heading up the security detail.
President doesn't have much faith in the efficacy of his own country's police force. Maybe now he'll think twice before using contractors again. Amateurs.
Agent Lang doesn't have much faith in prosecutors or the courts to do their jobs right. Which is why he's so meticulous about investigating with his hand-picked cream-of-the-crop officers. Indeed, no doubt things would have turned out differently had you and your men been in charge.
Yeah. Those guys aren't around anymore.
What? They're not.
It's funny, isn't it? I'm a real lone wolf now.
What are you saying, Agent Lang? What on earth happened?
I told you, doesn't concern you. See you around, Mr. Prosecutor.
Wow, he seemed not okay.
Yes, and I would very much like to know why. But there's nothing I can do about it right now.
You okay?
Yeah, I just have this tickle in my throat that's just not going away.
Oh, okay. I thought you had thought of something funny. Sorry.
Oh, no. We'll worry about Agent Lang later. We have an investigation to conduct.
All right, Let's start by talking to these guards.
But we will do that next time. Thank you all so very much for coming. Hope you have a wonderful time zone wherever you are, and as always, please do take care of yourselves and each other. Toodaloo!